Okay, so I'll be doing another anticipatory analysis for today's trading Monday, as well as Wednesday going into Friday. So basically the entire week. Now, notice I skipped Tuesday. That's because tomorrow we have a bank holiday. We have 4th of July. So for whoever celebrates, I hope you guys have some nice plans with friends or family. It's always great having a day off and, enjoying the fireworks. The weekend's been interesting too. I noticed Antonio on Discord backtesting on Saturday. Just wanted to say I love the setup. I hope you picked up some insightful data and learned something new as you were studying. So here we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average seasonality chart. Okay, pretty boring. Okay, I'm going to leave this on screen for a bit. So this average is based on the last 20 years of price action. So pretty up to date. As you can see, the footnote labels when this chart was posted, December 31st of last year. I like this seasonality chart a lot. It's not as accurate as Steve Moore's seasonal tendency data, but it's close enough, and in my opinion, doesn't need to be as accurate. So there's no need to pay the $50 a month on Moore's website. This is equityclock.com. So I want you guys to pay attention to the month of July here. I want you guys to remember a seasonal tendency is just a tendency. So it doesn't mean that just because a particular month is bearish, prices will start declining. No, pretty obvious, right? I saw some guy on Twitter a while back who has no idea what he's talking about, saying seasonality charts don't work. And that statement was just hilarious to me because all you're saying is you don't know how to use it. So this is to provide a framework to what we can potentially expect for a particular month. Okay, we have to align it with price action and quarterly shifts to back it up. And when it's all in line, you have an extremely powerful framework backing up your anticipation. So for July, we see obvious bullishness, sustained bullishness. We have a rally going throughout the entire month. So keep that in mind. And we can generally see this starting just at the beginning of the month. So exactly where we are now, it's currently July 3rd. I want you guys to maintain the idea and framework of this tendency as we shift to the candlestick chart. So of course, we'll begin our analysis on dollars. So here we have dollar on the weekly chart. Okay, so I'd like to see price maintain below this weekly fair value gap. We're paying attention to the bodies, not the wicks, okay? As well as this up close candle here, okay? We'll reference the opening price here. This is a weekly bearish order block. So take that opening price, extend it out in time. Okay, I'd like to see us maintain below this weekly fair value gap. We already worked into it, close below it, and here we are starting the new month, new week, new day, everything. I'd like to see us maintain below this weekly fair value gap. I'd like to see us find resistance at previous week's equilibrium as well. And then I'd be targeting this swing low here, as well as this bullish weekly order block. I have the opening price reference there, so that'd be my draw for the short, long term, you could say. And that's dollars. So we're going to go on US30 now. Pull that up. Go on the monthly chart. So here on the monthly, on US30, we have June, which just closed. So we have buy side liquidity here, previous month's high. Okay, I'm watching that June high, the month we just closed. Okay, as we start a new month here, July. Okay, I'm watching this previous month's high. And I want you guys to pay attention to May. Okay, so June, we closed above this down close candle from May. Okay, so I'm referencing the high of May. Okay, this is a monthly bullish order block. Okay, I'm referencing the high, not the opening, and I'll show you why in just a moment as we drop down to the weekly. Okay, but that's my level here for the monthly. Okay, I'm watching this monthly bullish order blocks as we closed above this down close candle here. Okay, so let's go down to the weekly now. Whoopsie. Let's go down to the weekly. Okay. So weekly, same scenario. Previous week, we closed above this down close candle here, and we are nearly absent of a wick. So I'm referencing that opening price. And note, it is in close proximity of this monthly bullish order block. Okay. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Okay. As we are, of course, hovering below previous week's high, but my main focus is on this previous month's high here. So as we open just above this weekly bullish order block and monthly bullish order block, I'm referencing these two levels now. And let's drop down to the daily. Okay, so here we have the daily. So throughout last week, we traded and closed in this entire range, okay? And these fair value gaps here that we closed in, I'd like to see these act as inversions. Okay. Now, what do you notice about this fair value gap at the high of the range that we just closed in? What do you notice? I want to see this act as an inversion, and it is in line with our monthly bullish order block. Okay. In close proximity to what? The weekly bullish order block opening price. And if you actually anchor, if you pay attention to where it's anchored to, it is at that candle, okay, where that fair value gap was, the fair value gap that we closed in. Okay, so this is a very, very powerful level I'd like to see price find support at. Okay, so let's drop down to the 4 hour for a moment. Okay, and on the 4 hour, you can see the clear PD array, that clear fair value gap, that BISI, right, where I'd like to see price find support at to rally into our previous month's high of June. Okay, and keep in mind, remember, this is in line with our seasonal tendency for July. So everything is lining up here. Everything is backing up this trade idea, this anticipation. Okay, so for Monday, we can potentially see a decline into this fair value gap here, this BISI, as well as that monthly bullish order block high in line with our weekly bullish order block opening price. Okay, so all these levels are stacked on top of each other, and they do equate to very high probability in line with bearish dollar and bullish July seasonal tendency, correct? So we could see that for Monday, or a decline into that level. Tuesday, no trading. And then Wednesday, I'd like to see how we open inside of this level potentially for a reversal into that buy side liquidity pool at previous month's high. So that is my anticipation for the week. We'll see what takes place. And yeah, take care, guys.